So, Elora, you feel Reynard's form evaporate in your hands.
Oh.
Reynard, you appear in a endless fog.
What?
Appearing outside of the mirror is a man that shares a very similar kind of physique to Reynard, but he's older. He has a single handlebar moustache, kind of shorter, kind of cropped hair, and he kind of is like, Rainy, no! Ugh. He like looks around, he's just like, damn it. And then he looks around, he's like, all right, who are you? What's going on?
Hi, I guess you're Felix?
Felix Ferehorn, that's right. Has my nephew tried to look in the mirror?
Yeah.
I tried to tell him to stop that. We need to find a way to get him out.
Yeah, we didn't know what it
I'm assuming you're with him.
Yeah, this is the first of us knowing what that mirror did, so we didn't...
Yeah, it's, he like looks around, he's like, well, it's some sort of mirror that traps people inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gathered
we
that.
got that.
That's as much as I gathered before I was sucked immediately into it.
Why did you look into it?
Well, I was trying to figure out if the mirrors were somehow connected to the Everseed and were some sort of trap.
Turns out they are.
And it turns out they are, that's correct.
Did you kill the golems in the previous room?
There were a number of animated statues that I killed to enter the facility, yes.
This fucking voice.
He swallowed Ron Swanson.
I don't know what you're talking about, young lady.
Do you like breakfast foods by any chance?
He does. He is a big fan of breakfast foods.
I fucking love Ron Swanson.
For God's sake.
He looks around. Look, I don't know why you're traveling with my nephew, but I saw him, and we need to find a way to out. Are any of you some sort of spellcasters or wizards or any of that?
We're
Yes,
very
but-
exhausted spellcasters.
That will be a problem.
I'm gonna walk backwards
Did you...
while
is there-
talking and put my arm on the guy that we recently unwooded,
Okay.
dewooded.
He like looks at you.
It's like, buddy, just come with me a second.
All
I'm just gonna walk him up to this mirror.
Okay.
Oh God, you had to do something that's incredibly evil.
I'm just gonna be like, you got something on your mouth, look.
Okay. He doesn't know about the mirrors, so he will look inside. He's just like, have I?
You!
He's like, okay. He looks in the mirror, and I take it you lead him up to the one with Reynard in. He looks in the mirror. Oh, that was technically cocked because it hit the ridge. It like sat on the ridge. He vanishes into mist, and Reynard appears outside of the mirror. Young man, what do you think you're doing? Now we have to get that man out of that mirror.
Uncle!
What man?
There you are,
He
finally!
he like smiles. He's like, "It's good to see you again, Reynard."
Oh, I'm gonna run over and give him a hug.
He like awkwardly like pats you on the back. He's like, "It's good to see you as well, my boy."
Oh, we've been looking for so long for you.
You can let go of me now, Reynard.
Yeah, sorry. Everyone, this is my uncle.
Yes, we've actually met him because...
How long was I gone for?
You were only gone.
Days!
Years.
You were gone a few moments, my boy.
Oh, thank you.
But we do now have another problem. It seems that your friend, and he gestures to Cam, led an innocent man to take your place inside the mirror, which means we now have to figure out a way to get him out.
I thought bringing Reynard out would be more useful to the group thought process.
That's fine. Do you have a plan on getting this man out?
That's why I got Reynard out, because he thinks more than
He is
me.
a very smart young man. If anybody can solve this puzzle, I'm sure it's my nephew.
Well, if anybody can assist me in solving the puzzle, it's absolutely my uncle.
He like nods. He's just like, well, we know that the mirrors have some sort of ability to transport people inside.
Oh, wait! I grip onto whoever's closest to me.
Probably either Reynard or his uncle.
I grip onto both of them for support.
Are
Something.
you having a seizure?
He's trying to think. It happens sometimes.
We move the mirrors and face each other.
What?
It's an interesting decision. I've not.
A few questions, Mr. Ferehorn.
Yes, strange demon child.
She gets that.
Juto.
a lot.
Juto.
I am
Juto.
a tiefling.
Tiefling.
Not a
Ah,
demon
yes,
child.
I've heard of your kind. You live out in the desert. I'm not fond of sand. I'm not fond of sand.
I'm not a fan of your son.
Hey.
Nephew.
Whoa!
My son, I don't have a son, but my nephew is a stalwart and upstanding young man. What could you possibly not like? He has Ferehorn blood.
He's a liar.
Whoa.
He like looks. He's like, Rain. The Ferehorns are not liars.
Have you got eyes? I have yet to see you open your eyes, Mr. Ferehorn.
I keep them very pursed. It helps me see.
It does? Just I
Fine
can't see
detail.
anything doing the same thing.
You wouldn't understand. You're likely not a marksman,
Huh?
as I thought.
Going back to
I'm
the
doing the same thing
situation,
now.
did you shoot the Everseed?
No.
Something
When you
broke it.
came into this room, was the Everseed cracked or was it intact?
It was cracked when I entered.
Was
That's what led me here. I thought it might be. I figured, and I'm assuming, it is the cause of the strange creatures that have been attacking the region in the area.
Well, if things hit the mist, they enlarge. So it seems that that's the cause.
I think this
But I don't know
fog
how
is
to
seeping
stop
down
it.
through the tree.
Oh, Cam, he's doing it again.
What if we enlarge the mirrors?
Now, why would
It's
that
not
help?
a living thing.
Then we'd have a huge mirror.
Good. Now, to go back to your solution before, I don't see how that would help. We've looked into one of the mirrors using the reflection from the shards, and nothing happened.
That's
Well,
true.
what if it's
But it
got someone
wasn't-
trapped in it?
The mirror was broken.
It had
if
nothing
it was if it was the actual mirrors that have magical properties still, maybe it would do something.
Maybe they constantly bounce between mirrors because there's one trapped in that one trapped in that one, and they'd endlessly bounce.
This leads me to my second question. Was that mirror cracked when you came in here?
That mirror was broken when I first entered, yes.
So
Did you see any signs of anyone else here?
I thought I heard some footsteps, but after a careful examination, I couldn't find any creatures. And I would have heard them, as Reynard will tell you. My
Was-
hearing is exceptional.
Was the gentleman?
I'm just staring like a kind of dead, like my dead-eyed stare.
Yeah, he also has a very dead-eyed stare.
We're just dead-eyed
He's a
staring
very
at each
sort
other.
of, no emotion kind
Ron
of face.
Swanson.
Very Ron Swanson.
First, hi, I'm Alora. Nice to meet you. But
Pleasure.
was the gentleman who was a statue by the Everseed there when you came in the room a statue person?
This is where Mark has to consider if he's fucked up the ordering. Yes.
I'm pretty sure he would have been,
Yes.
because if the mirror was smashed, that was the last thing the wood guy heard
Yeah.
before he was.
That was it, yeah. So yes, it was, yeah.
So the mirror wasn't smashed when when Felix.
Yeah, when Felix got here, it was smashed.
Laura,
was-
I'm really sorry
the statue
to
was
interrupt, but something's happening again. I think he's thinking.
Does he require healing?
No,
Can
It requires
anyone,
something.
can anyone smell that?
probably
Distressing
Cam.
smell.
what?
Have you soiled yourself again?
Maybe. Well, that's besides the point.
Gets gassy when he.
Laura, have you got any spells left in you?
Yes, but what kind?
What if we conjure a being that can look at the mirror and then we swap it out? Like a woodland being, like you got woodland beings. We can
Yeah.
sacrifice a rabbit.
That is actually not an awful idea.
In the
If
same
I-
vein, Cam, you also have.
If it is not a
complexity.
real person.
If I summon some
Can you summon a
things,
duplicate of yourself?
I'm out.
they do just go back to their own plane.
I can.
You can.
High five. I make him miss on purpose.
Brilliant.
I've got a thing. I'm going to try this thing.
I can. I could conjure.
Doesn't, like, you've not asked him a question, so he doesn't reply.
Yeah.
I could try and conjure some fae things that would just go back to their own plane. I don't know if they
I
would
can
be
make a me.
affected. You what?
I can make a me.
You
I can make my dupe look at it.
would that still not
You can
affect
clone
you?
yourself.
No.
That's a very useful skill.
Thank you. It is. I look at myself often. I
I
don't
can
even
see
need a
you've
mirror.
hired some excellent people to help you, Reynard.
Hired. Yeah.
Higher.
Very expensive, aren't we? We're going to need to take that out of the
Yeah, I'm just
Ferehorn
staring
treasury
at
when we're done.
Reynard.
I mean, that will be, you will deduct that from Reynard
Hired.
and his father's funds, I'm assuming.
You're not part of this Ferehorn treasury?
No, I don't have any share in the business. I am my own man. I don't believe in profiteering from other people's work.
Why doesn't Reynard have a cool voice like you?
Unfortunately, he probably gets it from his father, who never got all of the strong Ferehorn genes.
I mean,
Ew, ew,
it shows.
Thank
He
you.
has most of them. He has most of them.
Most.
He shows the most promise out of all of my nephews.
I mean, you've seen Baltir.
Val's here, he's a strong man.
Very strong. Unfortunately, it takes more than strength to be a great hunter.
Needs the squinty eyes, yeah, you're right.
I could conjure some things.
I'm afraid that magic is one of the few things that I'm not an expert in.
Well, good thing we have some spellcasters.
That is very useful. Once again, proving your extreme resourcefulness, Reynard.
Yeah. Everybody on alert. If we have to catch a pixie and force it to look at a mirror, we will
No,
do
it's
so.
fine. They'll answer to me.
Do you have your net, Reynard?
My nets.
No. Oh wait, you bought, didn't you? Didn't you replace it?
I do. I did.
Always coming prepared, exactly like I taught you. Excellent.
Why don't you
I've
tell
learned a
your
lot.
uncle how you lost the first one?
No doubt trying to capture some powerful beast.
In fact, I was.
Technically.
A giant crocodile. Had
Just,
shards.
you can see that there is he's pleased. Very pleased.
Proud.
Slayed it on my own.
Reynard,
Slayed it on my own with a lot of help.
from...
These two here.
Unimportant.
There's nothing wrong with accepting help from your fellows, Reynard.
Yes, and I knew that at the time.
Not pleased.